Welcome to World Unit Inc.'s 5-Minute Leadership Dialogue. Take a listen to the questions. Think how you might answer them. You might discover you have the mind and heart of a leader. Good morning, Roberto. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure, Sarah.
Roberto, we live in a very competitive society. People want recognition, people want advancement at the workplace, and people produce videos and want them to go viral. How important do you think it is to cultivate humility?
Humility is important because it is related to listening. In my own career, listening has been very important to the successes I've had because really hearing what other people are saying, hearing what they're not saying, and reserving judgment until they're done speaking or done communicating is really important. And humility is a big part of that. In other words, it's not a conversation isn't when I get my message across. A conversation is when two people listen to each other.
Roberto, unconscious bias is something we all have. It can impact relationships, what we say at the workplace, and in the community. How do you overcome yours?
Unconscious bias is a real problem for any of us who have ever been born and lived. Um, so how I like to deal with it is just remind myself of the times when I've made suppositions about people that turned out to be completely wrong. And you know what happens when we assume, right? There's an old saying about that. And so just keeping in mind the times that I've fallen flat on my face when I've made assumptions about people without listening carefully to what they're saying and observing what they're doing.
And lastly, Roberto, what are two important qualities you've cultivated to have success and a fulfilling life?
I remember many years ago, I was in the fourth grade in school. I used to walk to school and I walked by a big lake near our house. And one day I stopped to look at the fish. And I was late to school. The teacher called my mother and said, "Your son was late." And she asked me about it. I said, "Mom, I was looking at the fish." And the teacher refused to believe that. And my mother, I'll never forget, I heard my mother say over the phone, "If my son says he was looking at the fish, he was looking at the fish." So what does that mean? So to me, that means daydreaming, sometimes taking myself out of the immediate task that I'm working on and just taking my mind away and being able to just open up, relax, and think about something else. That has actually been instrumental to my success.
One more quality?
I think a good sense of humor is important. People go through all sorts of tough times, difficult times. For instance, this morning I had to chip ice away from my car to get it out of the driveway. And I thought about it. I thought, I'm down on my knees. It's painful. It's cold. My hands are cold. And I just had to laugh. I was thinking, well, guess what? You're not going anywhere until you chip the ice away from your car. So you might as well get into it and just have a laugh. Come on, have a laugh.
Thank you so much, Roberto, for your time. We wish you continued success in all of your endeavors.
My pleasure. And thank you, Sarah. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to a leader. Let's envision a world that values the common humanity we all share.